All right, looks like we are live here. We are introducing the new Freedom Boat Sisters, Freedom Boat Club of Tennessee. So I'm going to give it just a little bit for some people to hop on here since we just went live. And we are streaming out to Freedom Boat Club Nashville Facebook page in the event that we created for this announcement, as well as our YouTube page for those that don't have Facebook. So if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. I've got it going on my own profile because I know I have some Freedom Boat Club members there. And, just some people who might be interested in what this is all about. And so looks like we might have one issue here. Let's see. All right, hopefully we are live to all those places. Let me check just one thing. Which is just as well because we're giving some more people time to hop on here. So one of these is not connecting, which was in the Facebook event, it looks like. But we are live everywhere else, so I think we're just going to go ahead and continue with that. All right. All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started. This is going to be recorded, so even if people aren't able to watch this live, you're going to be able to go back and watch the replay of it so you can see what this Freedom Boat Sisters thing is all about. And I'm just going to introduce myself really quick. Captain Angie Scott, been with Freedom Boat Club since the beginning of 2020 and started as a training captain and kind of morphed into the membership executive role. And so I've met a lot of you on the docks and just over the phone, and you probably heard my voice in the new member orientation training, if nothing else. So thanks for your interest in this. And I'm going to introduce one of our members who is kind of our ambassador for this. And we'll kind of give you the background on how this came about. But I'm going to bring Nancy Parker to the stage here from backstage. Hey, Nancy, welcome.
Hi, happy to be here.
Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind just, telling everybody watching just a little bit about who you are, you're a member, how long you've been a member, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, my name's Nancy, and I am originally from Florida. I moved to Nashville in 2006, and I've always, since I moved here, wanted to scratch the itch of being out on the water. And so when COVID happened and it was hard to meet up with friends, it was hard to figure out how to enjoy time with people. I was like, we're going to get a boat membership because we can be on the water with friends, we can be on the water together. And I was expecting at the time. And so I'll stop my cam for a second. You see my very pregnant driving a boat photo. And it was just like exciting to be out on the water. And then now I get to take my son Liam on the water and with my husband Jeff, and we have a blast.
That's great. Love it. Well, at Freedom Boat Club, we're not just a boat club. We also try to do member socials. And obviously, that's been challenging with the whole coming out of the pandemic thing. We weren't really able to do a whole lot of those. And then that's kind of when I came on board as well. So as we kind of moved out of that, we've started doing some more of those events. And the most recent one we did was a while back at East Nashville Beer Works. We just invited members to come out, drink some beer, have some pizza, and kind of mingle and get to know each other. And that's where you and I actually started talking about this whole idea because you mentioned, wanting to be able to connect with some of the other members of the club and specifically the lady members. And And I said, well, some of the other freedom boat clubs across the country have this thing called Freedom Boat Sisters, and we have been talking about launching it in Tennessee. It's just a matter of doing it, and it really helps if we have like somebody else involved, like yourself, who's outgoing and motivated. And so we're super thankful to have you involved, and I'm glad that you were game for this idea.
Huzzah!
So I just before we get into the details, I just want to remind all the members watching to keep an eye on social media, Facebook, Freedom Boat Club Nashville, and also our Instagram page, Freedom Boat Club Nashville, and then also just event announcements through your email. Super important. That's kind of the main way that we communicate with you guys. So keep an eye out on your inboxes. If you're unsubscribed for whatever reason, because I know we all get tons of spam mail or you're not seeing these emails, just reach out to me. I'll put my email up here, and then I'll check your account and make sure that you're on the list to get all this information. And then as we go through this, it's going to be fairly quick. We're not going to take like a whole hour. Not going to try to anyway. Feel free to comment if you have any questions, and we'll try to address those throughout the evening. And then also we'll leave some time at the end for some questions as well. So, what you're here for, you're wondering, what is Freedom Boat Sisters all about? So, I went to the Freedom Boat Club website and captured this here. I just wanted to read it to you. So, I'm going to pull it up on the screen here. So, at its core, Freedom Boat Sisters is a club within the Freedom Boat Club community that empowers women to get on the water with confidence through fun, educational, and community driven programs. The goal is to bring together women to support each other in expanding their boating, safety, and navigational skills. Many of our Freedom Boat sister communities also take this camaraderie beyond the water and join together to participate in social and community efforts as well. So that's right there in a nutshell what we're basing this off of. And so some basically four main components to this. One is community. All members are welcome. We'll even have some events where friends, can come, and kids too. We're going to get the kids involved as well from time to time. Educational is a huge component of this. So, boating education and training, we all want to further our skills and knowledge so we can be better and safer boaters out there. Confidence building and empowerment. That's super important for women. We all have different skill levels to bring to the table, and even on my Facebook profile, my tagline is "A rising tide lifts all boats," and that's so
Mm-hmm.
true. And then,
Yep.
of course, fun. Boating is fun, and fun is at the forefront of all our activities. At least that's our goal here. So Nancy, you want to kind of talk about from your perspective as a member why this is so important and kind of what our vision is as we met the other day for coffee to kind of talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely. My vision is to just be confident on a boat. It can be challenging sometimes to, like, your heart starts like pounding when you're like, oh my gosh, I have to pull the boat into that slip. It looks narrower. Is it getting narrower? Is it getting narrower? It's like, and just trying it and doing it and keep practicing. You get more and more confidence about navigating a boat. In some ways we pick the knot tying thing because, I'm used to throwing the anchor in the water and being like, okay, am I doing this right? Like, how does this work? I don't want it to, slip away. But also just having that confidence on the water and having that education. And I feel like sometimes women identifying people don't necessarily always have the training and education that maybe might be in the air for others, to say, okay, this is how you do this. This is how you do the outdoors really well. So I'm really excited about getting together other women to learn and grow, and then also, what are the best snacks to pack on the boat? you know, what what do you pack in your bag? What is it that you love best about it? How what spot do you go to on Percy Priest or Old Hickory? Like, where's your favorite spot? I mean, not so that we steal each other's best places, but just so we are able to, I don't know, learn more, connect. And of course, that fun piece really is what it's about. Always, we always plan to have, snacks and beverages and just a place to build community and sisters who are passionate about water, boating, outdoors, hanging out.
Absolutely. So, what we're going to be doing is having some events. This is all subject to change. We're just kind of like, as you said, Nancy, throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks
Yes.
as we get feedback from members on what they like, what they don't like. But as of right now, we have some initial events planned. Do you want to talk about the first one coming up here in a couple weeks?
Yeah. Well, literally, Angie and I were like, what do we want to go to? So we'd love to hear what you want to go to, but we plan the first events based on what we would like to learn. So I was excited about boat knots. I know that isn't probably the coolest thing on the planet, but I would love to learn. I was at the dock, and they have this like knot that somehow they tie it, and then you can pull it, and it completely comes to, like, anyway. We're gonna learn to tie that one. Um, and just to think about the best ways to tie off an anchor, um, anything to do with ropes and knots on the boat, so that we can learn and grow together. We'll have snacks. We'll have a little bit of introductions and community building, so that folks can fill out a little um, a little card with a little bit of, like, what's your name, how do you like to spend your time, so that we can build some of those connections. So maybe when we're on the dock, we can be like, hey, how you doing, good to see you. So that's the first event. It's going to be, here are the logistics. So it is going to be on Thursday, August the 24th. She just put up the sign, from 6 to 7:30, and we'll be at the Nashville Boating Center, at the Sells Drive location. So put that in your calendar and in your Google map, and we will see you there.
And we've got this QR code
Oh
up
yeah.
here. If you want to scan that, that's going to take you to a super short and easy Google form where you can put in your info, and then you'll be added to the list for that first event. And you can also let us know if you're interested in future events. But even if you can't make it to the first event, but you are interested in this, scan that code if you haven't already and go and put in your information. That way we can be sure to keep you updated. So super easy way for you to stay informed, and that way we know how many people are coming. It's super exciting. We've already got a pretty good RSVP list going
Yes.
for the knot tying night, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got over 20 ladies signed up so far, and we barely even have gotten the word out about it. So we've had some signs at the docks, and we sent an email blast out a couple days ago, just giving everybody a heads up. So really exciting to see the initial interest, and hopefully, if you've got other members that you're friends with that maybe don't check their emails or whatever, just give them
Right.
a heads up, make sure that they know about it, and forward them the information. And we'd love to see everybody there. So the second event that we're planning is in September. We've got it slated for Monday, September 19th, 6 to 7:30. So we're trying a Thursday, we're trying a Monday. We're just kind of
Yeah.
playing with some stuff to see what seems to work better for people's schedules. But Monday, the 19th of September, we're planning a fishing 101 session led by
Yes.
and so my plan is to, make it a very, very basic intro to fishing. Pretty much if you've never fished before, maybe you've got kids and you want to be able to take them out on the boat and kind of, catch some bluegill or something. We're going to make it pretty simple, a lot of fun. I'm just going to kind of go over some really basic techniques and things that will find you success out there on these lakes if you're just wanting to catch some fish. It doesn't matter what it is. That a lot of times, if you know, with kids, that's all they want. They just want to catch a fish. They don't care if it's big or small. They just want to be entertained and have fun and play with the crickets or the worms or whatever it might be that you're using for bait. So that's going to be a really fun night if you're interested in that. Again, we'll have some finger foods and some drinks and things like
Hmm.
that. So we'll have a good time. The core of all of these is really socializing as well. So we've got the social aspect plus the educational aspect and the fun. So,
So
um,
are you going to teach us how to like get the fish off the hook? Because I think that's probably the biggest
well,
barrier.
so that might be the one we're planning in the spring. That's going to be
Okay.
the hands-on. I can certainly,
Perfect.
talk through how to do that, but it would be kind of hard to do like a live demonstration.
Right.
That one's going to be more of like a classroom type thing at the Nashville
Right.
Building Center again, which is 4010 Cells Drive. All that information will be, sent to you if you scan that QR code and put in your info, so you'll know exactly where to go. And so then in October, we're kind of planning a
Yes.
fun outing. You want to talk about that?
Yes, we're going to do a fall leaves sightseeing foliage tour at Percy Priest. So we're going to meet out on the dock, and that's going to be in October. So it should be lovely. Um, it'll be a Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we'll reserve some boats, and we will have some people who know about the different types of trees that are out there, and just enjoy time together on a boat. Um, and that will be more of a like a sort of BYOB event. Bring a snack to share, and coolers will be provided, and we'll have some refreshments. But we also plan to stop at Fate Sanders Marina to have some lunch. So bring a few dollars and we will stop there. I've actually never ate in that restaurant there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to just adventure to another marina and and enjoy sort of more of a social time and a sightseeing.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it too because a lot of our members don't really venture that direction, and so to me, that's the most beautiful part of the lake in the fall when the leaves
Yeah.
start. Hopefully, we'll have a good show this year. Sometimes it just depends on what the weather's doing, but I think we've had quite a bit of rain, and so I'm guessing it's going to be pretty good this
I,
fall.
it's always beautiful to me. I'm always like, I'm from Florida where it's like brown. so I'm sure it'll be beautiful. I'm excited.
Yeah, so if you've never been to that side of the lake, it'll also just be a good experience to go boating, and we'll show you how to stay in the channel and get
Hmm.
that direction. And you're really going to experience a whole different side of Percy Priest when you go that way.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that one. In December, like we know holidays are super busy. Everybody's got so much going on. So we didn't want to
Hmm.
like, overdo this too much, but we decided not to do an event in November and instead kind of towards the beginning of December, we've got it slated for Monday, December 4th, 6 to 7:30. We're going to do kind of like a boating themed white elephant gift exchange, and we'll come up with a limit just kind of based on what everybody's feedback is, like what they want to see for that gathering, and we'll provide some like holiday themed appetizers and drinks. So I think that will be a lot of fun. All of this is really subject to feedback from you guys.
Yeah.
What people want to see, and I think it's just going to be a really great thing. So we kind of brainstormed even into 2024, just some ideas. Like I said, everything's subject to change, but do you want to kind of tell them some of the ideas we've come up with for some future events?
Yes. Yes. So I get really excited about the Inhingas. And so I'm thinking about the idea of learning a little bit more about the birds on the local waterways. Um, so, possibly taught by an expert person about just to learn more about the birds and water birds and nests and that whole uh, birds. Yeah. In April, we're thinking more of a hands-on fishing so that I can, get my courage to take the fish off the hook. Um, and it be more at the dock so that we can really practice all the things that we learn. In May, we're thinking maybe possibly like water sports safety by Music City Water Ski Club's Jason Tucker. So, it's really important to know all of the different aspects of water safety, but also just what's available and how you can pull somebody water skiing or pull somebody wakeboarding. So that water sports will be an excellent thing to learn. And then in June, we're thinking about an event with kids. So to think about uh, Freedom Boat Moms, but the idea that we would kind of talk a little bit about best practices with kids on the boat, and then Angie like heard about this snackle box, which is kind of like a play on tackle box, but you just put little snacks in the little tackle area, which would be so fun. I might even do that before that event. So that sounds great. And then July, we're thinking about again tips on keeping kids safe and entertained while on the water. So, what is your some best practices and thinking through some of those things about water and safety.
Yeah, lily pad mats. Those
Yes.
kids entertained for hours.
Will we learn then how to roll it up? Because sometimes I'm like, like I'm like sweating so profusely trying to get
Oh,
the thing.
I've seen at one of the boat shows, somebody's invented this thing that it's an automatic deal, but of course they're like thousands of dollars, and so it's not
Right.
really
And
practical.
then and takes up like half the back of the boat.
Right,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
but it's
that's
like
funny.
there's gotta be a solution for those
I
things.
know, because you're just like, ah. That's funny.
They're, yeah, definitely a two-person job for the most
Right.
part, so unless you've got a, but, yeah, so, again, scan the QR code, make sure you're on the list. Everything
Yeah.
is subject to change because we could have, for some of these, like the fall boat, thing or the fishing on the dock thing, there could be weather, things like that that come up and we might have to change the dates around. So we definitely wanna be able to keep you informed.
Yeah, I love what Robin says. She says, rolling up the lily pad takes an advanced degree. That is so true. I'm, yes. Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
hey, that's a great idea. Let's have a date where we just practice rolling up the lily pads, like
I'll be going for that one. Y'all can roll lily pads. I'm like, it's like such an
or
ab workout. You're like,
yeah, that's what I was
okay.
gonna say. It could be like a Freedom Boat Sisters workout day
Yes, exactly.
where we
Okay,
roll
perfect.
up.
Okay, I'm there. That's awesome.
All right.
That's
Well,
great.
that's kind of what we're looking at. And again, feedback is imperative. So we definitely want to hear from you. And I think this is going to be a really great thing. And this thing could totally evolve as it goes. It's kind of starting off as a more of an educational based thing,
Yeah,
but community service, anything like that, we could get involved in. And we'll probably have days too where it's just to get together, maybe we
yeah,
meet at a lunch place and have some, snacks and
yeah.
wine or whatever it may be. And so the possibilities are really endless here. So we're
Hmm.
excited and we hope you're excited. And there is some, I don't know if you can see my hat, but I do have a Freedom Boat Sisters hat on. And
Yes.
there is some swag already available. I'll pull it up here. If you go to freedomboatclubcollection.com, if you want to get your hands on a hat or a shirt, you are welcome to do that. freedomboatclubcollection.com. Also, we are talking about getting our own shirts made. Of course, that's just going to kind of depend on how this whole thing goes. If we get a lot of good interest, we'll get some Freedom Boat Club of Tennessee or Boat Sisters of Tennessee shirts made up. Even we could do that like UPF, whatever,
Yes.
moisture wicking performance shirt type of thing that you can actually wear out on the boats and not get sunburnt.
I
Um,
love
so,
that.
so yeah, so I don't think I've seen any particular questions come in on my end. So hopefully you guys, if you do have questions, I'll put my email address up there again. which is just angie.scott@freedomboatclub.com. Feel free to shoot me an email. Um, and other than that, Nancy, you have anything else?
No, I'm just really excited, and I'm excited to get to know y'all and to meet together for new friendships and learning a little bit more about boating.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we hope to see you all in a couple weeks. What was that date again? 24th? Is that right? Yep. August 24th, 6 to 7:30 at the Nashville Boating Center. Now there are two Nashville Boating Center locations. Where we're going to be meeting is the one at 4010 Sells Drive in Hermitage. So they have a really great setup there for us, and we've got some goodies lined up for you for this knot tying night. And I'm excited to see you all there. Can't wait to get to know everybody too. And yeah, we'll see you there. Any other? We might have a
We
couple
have one question here. Shout out to Reagan who wants to tell me why the boats don't have two anchors. I'll
more.
direct that to you.
Well, that actually came up on the last StreamYard broadcast that we did about the shallow water. And so I know Mariah had chimed in there. That's more of an operation saying that doesn't really have, anything to do with the Boat Sisters thing. So I can't really speak to that right now, but I'll make sure. I can't remember what Mariah had replied that last time, but I'll have her get with you on that, Reagan. Um,
Perfect.
and Robin says, I love this so much. Thank you for offering this opportunity for all of us to get together, learn, and enjoy each other's company. Look
Yeah.
forward to getting to know many of my FBC sisters. Love that. That's what this is all about. You hit the nail on the head. So can't wait to see you there.
Wonderful.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this. Shoot me an email if you have any questions from there, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.